is like a New York welcome.
This
Come
is
on
a New
now.
York loving. This is New York loving, and I gotta say, I'm so excited because I watched you. I was up on the, I was sitting on the couch watching you at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And I said, damn, this girl looks so good. You look phenomenal, but even up there, I know it was cold. How was it?
You know what? This was my third time doing the parade, and it's like a wish list, a lifelong dream to do it once.
Yes.
So to be doing it 3 times, like, and you know, I don't know how you feel, but as life goes on, I just take everything in more, right? And everything so present to it. So like, just all the love all along the parade route. I just always flash back to being that little girl with that first dream. And I'm just like, when people are like chanting my name in the crowd and they're singing my songs, I'm like, this is everything I ever wanted to do.
I know. And when you say that you were feeling the love, I was literally in my pajamas screaming, Debbie looks so daggone good. And like, even you coming out, you look good. I literally wanted to turn and say, somebody, look, we had to Google. We had to Google what your age was. And I gotta say, 55, you better stop. You better stop.
Thank you.
You look so good. And I'm gonna say, you look so good at the Macy's Day Parade that our showrunner, Joelle, her mother said, Echo, how old is Debbie Gibson? So what's it like, how you feeling to look this good at 55? What are you doing, girl? You look the same.
Thank you. I mean, listen, the thing I write about in my book, right, is how many challenges I've been through, and I'm getting to the point of your question. I was not feeling as good a decade ago as I feel so good now.
Yes.
There's been so much of a journey that I've been through to get to a place where I feel like I've kind of landed somewhere and I can really like, I don't know, just taking everything that's gone on in my life with perspective, but really leaning into joy is my motto. I mean, I just really, again, like savor the moments, and I have a celebration of who I am that I hope that everybody can have for themselves.
Do you feel like, Debbie, because I get exactly what you're saying, because in this decade, you know, being 58, I think I don't remember, girl.
I mean, come on,
when you get to a certain age, you literally cannot remember. But it's over. But it's like being at this age and knowing that life is short, and you have to really take the bull by the horns and be present and find the joy in every little thing. You feel
precious.
that way?
Yes, it's precious.
Yes.
You know, and I really do live every day, like not in a morbid way, but in a realistic way of like, I wake up grateful every day to be granted another moment.
Another moment.
Yeah,
and that changes literally your inside of how you feel about things.
It does, you know, and when I go to bed at night, it's like, have I lived this day the way I really wanted to? Like, I've really, like, scripted my life at this point the way I want to, and I live on my own terms, which feels great. And I know that that's, like, listen, I'm not a parent, so I know when you have children, like, your life is about your dependence, right? And I have all this independence, this freedom maybe that a lot of people don't have. But it also took me a long time within my world that I live in to get to a point where like I really visualized what I wanted my life to be like. And I just don't really accept anything into my energy space that's not good for me.
And I love it, Debbie, because you're very intentional. And when you talk about this, the highs and the lows, and I love Eternally Electric, your memoir. Congratulations on your memoir, by the way.
Thank you.
And some of what you're talking about, because it took something to get you to this place, because you talked about, you really went behind the red velvet rope, because you talked about how fame was a double-edged sword in the book. You've dealt with a lot of stuff that people don't know: anxiety, addiction. You dealt with financial struggles. You dealt with issues with your health. You know, and you got to be famous at 16. So you were a young girl dealing with a myriad of issues. How did you navigate through all of that in this industry?
You know, I mean, Well, you talk about the health and the anxiety, and the word addiction's interesting because, like, you know, I had psychologists and psychiatrists and doctors, so I wasn't like, you know, randomly like popping pills. But there was a pill for everything, and there still is a pill for everything, right? For everybody. Yeah. And there are times when I think you need those modalities to get out of that hole you're in, and like with guidance, and again with like the other work I was doing, acupuncture, I was doing therapy, I was doing, but I was taking Xanax and I was taking Prozac because I had gotten to a point where I couldn't function. I couldn't sit at a dinner table. I couldn't sit through a movie. I couldn't enjoy the simple things in life. Weirdly, I could get on a stage and entertain 20,000 people at Madison Square Garden because that heightened state was the only place I felt comfortable. And so learning how to get the balance in my life has been, and probably it's everybody's biggest challenge, right? Like we're especially like, with all respect to the men, especially the women, I think we're all spinning so many plates all the time, and finding that balance where you're like, okay, I can't be everything to everybody, right? And accepting that about yourself. I mean, I think that's the place I got to.
I also love it because you spoke in the book about having the momager. You had the OG momager, Diane. Rest in peace. You lost her in 2022.
Yes, I'm honoring her, wearing her ring today. She comes with me. Yes.
And this woman who was a light in your life, you even dedicated your book to her. Like, how did she help you? Because being 16, trying to find your voice in an industry, no matter where you are, being a young person and trying to find your voice, how did your mom, Diane, help you find that voice?
Well, first of all, my mom had 4 of us girls, and she empowered all of us to, number one, we had no limitations in our household, you know, and my dad as well, but my mom really was that voice of like, women can do anything in a man's world, age does not matter. And she also was like, you know, people use the word fearless. I don't think anyone is fearless. We all have fears.
Yeah.
But I think when you have the fear and you take that leap anyway.
And you do it anyway.
And you're brave and you're bold, like that's what she taught us. Like she'd come out of these conference rooms, because you guys, like she was in the Atlantic Records conference rooms, you know, before there was a Kris Jenner, like we see these women in power suits now. She was like the original woman with that cropped auburn hair and the power suit. And, but just years before, she was like with the bad perm and the roots showing, you know, and as she put it, the rolling pin, right? But like, because she was an Italian from Brooklyn. But she would face these men in these conference rooms because she believed with so much conviction that a little girl, creative visionary should be taken as seriously or more seriously in a pop music world where you're speaking to your peers than the men in suits.
And your mother fought for you.
Yes, she did.
And I love this, your mother fought for you. And you also fight for other women because you paved the way for artists like Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo. Like you really paved this way. Is that important for you to really make a path for these young girls coming forward?
You know, I'll tell you what, it was important to me to acknowledge there was a Leslie Gore, a Rosemary Clooney, a Carole King, a Peggy Lee, right? And I hope, yes, I do hope that all of these women that I celebrate their victories. I hope that they see that there is a lineage, right?
Yes.
It didn't start with me, but I think we each kind of oil up the machine for the next and the next and the next.
Absolutely.
And hopefully make it that much easier. So when I see the landscape now filled with these powerful, like, you know, again, these creative, visionary, genius, intuitive musicians, it's really amazing to me.
Now that you're talking about the landscape, I'm looking at your landscape, girl, and I hope you're not letting all this sexy go to waste. Like, are you, you know, and this is what I want to tell you. You and I, Debbie, you are both, and we have talked about this. We're both seasoned. We're both single. Are you dating? Are you in the streets? What you doing, girl?
Oh my God! Am I in the streets? Listen, I always have my eyes open.
Yes.
But I will tell you, like, something happened in the last year of my life where there was like somebody I was very, very into that did not happen. And I got to a place where I was like, okay, universe. It's like the universe has been saying to me, just focus on your art and your career right now, because it's a moment like
That you know
this is the moment,
That's right.
And I think that if a man is supposed to come along and be in my life, he's gonna be in my life. I'm gonna know
Let
it.
him interrupt what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I call this that in the meantime season. In the meantime, what are you doing in the meantime?
Right. I mean, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, if it happens in a week, a month, a year, or 5 years.
That's right.
If it's that magical, because another thing my mom taught me was to believe in magic and to not settle for less than magic. And like everything in my life is magical. Like, so I have a very high bar for the people in my life. Like, just those connections have to be that extra magical.
And they will when they're supposed to.
I know. And in the meantime, I think you and I, like, we have to do a movie called Seasoned and Single.
I know we do.
Right? I think it's like the next big holiday
you call
movie.
me. I'm there, Miss Debbie. If you just let me sing in the movie, I want to karaoke behind you.
Let's do it.
Girl, Debbie, I'm so excited that you're here. You look amazing.
Thank you.
It's emanating from within.
Ah, thank you.
And Debbie's book, Eternally Electric, it's out right now. And studio audience, you are all getting a signed copy of Eternally Electric. Hey family, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or wherever you're watching this video, make sure you follow and subscribe.